Good morning, everyone. Welcome today to the webinar where we're featuring our new Service Pack 11, which is coming to Blackboard this summer. My name's Josh Murdoch. I'm an instructional designer here at Valencia on the West Campus. I also have two people in the background kind of answering your questions, Lavonda from the East Campus and Leslie from the Osceola campus. So we're here after this webinar to answer any questions too, so if you want to stick around after we talk about some things, but feel free to use the question box as we go throughout the webinar to ask any questions too. So hopefully everyone can hear me. If you could, go ahead and try using the question box and say that you can hear me fine. Great. It looks like everyone's able to hear me. So as we go through this presentation, I'm just going to kind of keep a PowerPoint to go through to kind of show you some features, and then we'll go out actually into our development system. So as we go through this, you'll see some of the main features. So right now you should be seeing my screen. As I said, it's coming summer. So it's by summer semester, you're going to have some new features in Blackboard Learn, some really cool things that really have improved the way Blackboard works, and probably for your end as a faculty member and also student end to help them. So this is just a quick reminder that after grades are due, that next day, Tuesday, April 30th, we will have some downtime. So starting at 7 a.m., we'll have to bring the system down to make this upgrade, to do some maintenance and some other changes, and then we should be back up by Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. So this is to upgrade to Service Pack 11, but this is a reminder you will not have access to Blackboard during those times. So if you want to do a course copy or do something to your course, plan on doing it another day. Enjoy your Tuesday. So some of the different features that are rolling out is part of Blackboard's process of rolling out new features, multi-year features, some releases throughout the year with new Service Packs. So during this semester, Service Pack 10 and 11 rolled out. It's very hard for us to upgrade Service Packs in the middle of a semester because of some of the different things that are going on. So I wanted to go ahead and show you some of the things that you could go through. Really, these features improve the performance of the software. Some are things that people have been asking for a while. Other things build upon the student engagement tools that are already released and already in there, and just improving those faculty and student teaching experience. So that idea of online learning and some of the changes. So the first one I wanted to point out is called the global navigation. So this is up in your right-hand corner. It will be in Blackboard. It brings a drop-down. It brings some different options where you can see updates that are happening, the calendar, some of those messages, things that are happening throughout the course. So I'm going to actually bring up our instance of Blackboard here and show you what that would look like. Now this is great also because it gives you some navigational features too. So up here you'll see that I have number 3 because there's messages waiting for me, updates to the calendar, changes, something happening. So you'll see those notifications throughout here. So you'll see the little red 1 and 2 here. These are updates, different things going on. There might be posts that are happening, updates here. So let's go and check that out. So if I click on that, it'll bring me here where I can see some of those different features. It takes a little while to sometimes load things, nothing. If something comes up, it's waiting for you to see what's going on. Sometimes a little slower in our development site too, just to let you know, because of going through, it's just a small instance of Blackboard we're using for testing. So Retention Center also show you someone missed an assignment, things that are going on there. As I said, it's taking a little while to load, but I just wanted to show these features to you so you understand how this can work. And I'll talk about the Retention Center a little later and also the calendar. One of the things I also like is recently visited courses. So on this drop-down too, I can easily go back to that course I just was in, go back to those other courses. So if I want to go back into that course I was in, could easily click it. It would take me back into that course. So some good features, some good things showing when updates are happening, so you can see them, check them out. Same for students. They would have the same kind of navigation, so they're going back and forth to courses. They're easily able to do that. So that's something to point out. And also it starts adding some of those extra features to your My Blackboard, your profile. When you log in first time to Blackboard, it kind of shows you the instance of, hey, this is the first time you've been in here since the upgrade of the system. Here's some new things, ways to connect, add your avatar. Right now I don't have an avatar added here, but you'll see the little picture icon. That sense you can add that avatar because it shows up in more places now. So some of those settings, the links, how you want to have those notifications and things like that, you can set up in there. So another new feature is the content editor. So it's just really a new look and some new options in here that are really cool. So I want to bring this up, but this is just a new style, so be aware of this. Anywhere you had that content editor, when you're adding content in, when you're doing other things, you'll see this area, this new content editor to change your text, to add in photos, pictures, links, hyperlinks, and you can do some new things with it too. So I want to go ahead and bring that up and show you what that is. So I'll actually just bring up create a new announcement here. So as you see, the new content editor has come up. We'll go ahead and try to zoom in here a little for you so you can see some of the features of it. Some of the new things we'll talk about in a little bit. You'll see this little webcam, recordable webcam. We'll talk about video everywhere. You'll also see options to select photos, find things, insert images, a lot more in the table aspect. If you like to add your own HTML, you can click in the HTML button, and you can actually view the code and put in code into there. So that embed code you maybe used before with other Web 2.0 tools or things like that, you can do that. I will show you some kind of cool new features with photos and such. So very similar, when you have that come up, I can browse. I can browse my computer. I can browse my course. Let's just see what I have in my course for images. So I have a picture of a koala bear, I believe, here. Let's go ahead and add this in. You notice it's large. It's huge. So it really wouldn't fit very well on my page. Easily can add the image description, title, but you can also click on appearance, and I can change the size and keep the constraint very easily. So if I want to change it to 200 pixels, it'll update it automatically to the size, so it makes it a lot smaller, a lot different options. Also, I love this. Now you can do the alignment right in here. So if I want to align right or left with the text for some reason, I can do that right in here. I don't have to bring it out to an outside HTML editor and then recopy the HTML back in there to get those, or put in my own HTML code, which can be very confusing. It's very easy to use. And you do have some other options here, longer description, link, things like that in here. So you have some really cool options. I'm just going to go ahead and submit this one and insert. And it warns you, hey, you want to insert something to talk about that item too. If you notice that quick pop-up that came up, you want to put some kind of image for students with a disability that you need to put in that alt tag information. So if you see this, you'll see that the picture inserted as a smaller picture. I can also open this up. I like some of these new features too. I can also make it full screen if I want to really kind of edit and focus on this almost like a whole document. I love that ability to open it up and it almost becomes like you're editing in a Word document or something like that. So some pretty cool new features. Mashups is still here. Similar type of things are in here. They improved some of the copy-paste features, some of those things behind the scenes on here. So you have those options. So I just wanted to show this as the new content editor. Looks a little different, but some neat new options and things going on there. So new discussion board style. So discussion boards has changed. As you see here, you actually can see the avatar. So I just posted as myself, and I see I'm the instructor and also the manager of that discussion board. So I'm the instructor there. If you see a student post, it would say student, if they're a manager of discussion board or not, that type of thing. It has that really neat, easy look, and I love that addition of the avatars into there. It kind of cleans up. You can tell different people who they are, how it posts, and how it posts throughout. So you do have some of those new features. There also is another new feature that was addition to the discussion boards. And for the forum settings, they added a really cool new feature that said participants must create a thread in order to view the other threads in this forum. So this is a great idea, especially when you're talking about students cheating off each other by reading their classmates' discussion board postings and then kind of copying them and changing them. You get really original responses because they can't see everyone else's until they post theirs. So this is another option that you can actually click now in the forum setting, and they changed a little bit of how the forum setting looks, but this will give you some of those features that a little different how it looks, but I think it's a great addition and features people have been requesting for a while. So you don't have to try to do the moderation. It's still available if you want to moderate posts, but this kind of automatically moderates till someone posts their first original. Then they can reply to the rest. So it gives you a lot of cool little extra features here, really added into the style and functionality for teachers. So one of the most wanted features here is the calendar. So this is what the new calendar looks like. One of the things with the new calendar that is really awesome is that it actually feeds to the due dates. So when you put due dates for assignments, discussions, anything that has a due date, it will actually feed automatically into the calendar, and it'll also it lets you update very easily. You notice it's color coordinated. You can turn things on or off if you don't want to see them. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the calendar for you. So we'll go back into my instance of Blackboard. We'll actually click on Calendar and bring up the general calendar here. This is within a course, but of course you could see it from your home page also. One of the things, if I click on this as an instructor, I'll see some of the information here. I'll see the description because this was an event. I could change the name if I wanted to. I could also switch what calendar it's supposed to be, those type of things on here. Similar with an assignment, if I have an assignment posted here, I'm going to go ahead and click on here, and I'll see what the assignment is. I can go in and edit the assignment. It has a description. I can see that there. I can actually even click the grade, go right into the grading for that assignment too. So that's really cool. It kind of saves clicks, saves options. One of the things too I love is, say I need to change this. Oh, we had it on Tuesday, but I really need this on Friday now. It is as simple as dragging and dropping. It'll update the date and update the due date. It does not update those when you set up any kind of like display until dates. It only updates the due date. So be aware of that. So with an event I posted myself or with an assignment that has a due date, it will update those due dates when you drag and drop. Makes it really easy to change assignments around, even semester to semester. So I think a lot more people will be using this calendar, a lot better features and options. You, of course, have different kinds of views if you want to see it a little differently, daily, weekly, monthly, things like that. So a lot of really cool options with the calendar. So there's a new tool called Video Everywhere. As I showed you in the new content editor, you do have the ability to record from webcam. I will say this though, it's recording from your webcam, but where is it saving? You do have to have a YouTube account. You have to create your own YouTube account. It saves to that YouTube account. You could create a generic one if you'd like by creating a Gmail to have one just for this use or connect to one you already use. One of the things with that would be that when you click on this, it'll ask you to connect, and then if you wanted to start recording, of course you'd have to say, yes, I want to record, give approval for YouTube to connect to Blackboard. When it saves this video, it saves it as an unlisted video. So what that does is once I start recording this on the webcam, saves it as an unlisted video. That video then can be shared throughout variety of courses if I want to, or a single course by itself. It's there. People can share that link if they need to share the link, or if you need to post in multiple courses. One of the other options I really like, this is nice, quick and easy if you want to give video feedback, video announcements, all those kind of things. So that has that option. The students would have a similar option if they wanted to connect via YouTube. It would post that as an unlisted video. Similar to this, they'd have to have to have their YouTube account. They could do the same. The text editors anywhere, same thing you would see. So when they do that, you can also have this browse option. I really like this browse option personally because I do a lot of announcements myself, and I like to do the video announcements inside YouTube and then have to share them as unlisted videos. Well, you can't do that with the mashup. You can't search for them and that. But with this new tool, I can actually browse all my unlisted videos with my connected account. So I can find any video that I've posted before, or this one you see it was loading from the webcam I did earlier. It takes a few minutes for it to load, and then you can insert it and preview it. You can do it as just a thumbnail or actually as a display in here. So I'll actually bring up one of those really quick so you can see what that looks like. And you could use this tool anywhere that you have that content editor. So it's just creating a link. Really, it's embedding that YouTube account as an unlisted YouTube right in there. So if I go to my content area, you'll go ahead and see the Video Everywhere tool, and here's the quick little video that I posted earlier. I didn't really say anything to it. I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like if I posted something really quick in here. And it connects to the YouTube account, so it does save it to YouTube. It doesn't save it anywhere at the college. So just to let you know there. I think it's a really cool new feature that has some good potential to make things easy and connect. I personally don't mind using YouTube, but if you do, then you wouldn't want to use this tool. So one of the other new ones is a new assignment feature, and this is probably a really anticipated assignment feature that has some options for you. The new assignment feature is built and powered by what is called Crocodoc. So Crocodoc is display things like Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, PDFs right there on your screen in line. And the cool thing about it is you can also add comments and overlay comments onto it. So this is the new inline grader. The nice thing about this I like is I don't have to download assignments as much. Especially Word documents, things like that. Now, of course, if you're seeing an Excel document and you need to see details on the actual formula they put in and things like that, you would probably want to download it and open it. But if you just need to see what it looks like and can give students feedback, you're reviewing a paper, things like that, you'd have that ability to type in here. So we'll go ahead and go into this, and I'll show you what one might look like. So I submitted something to myself earlier, so let's go ahead and go grade it. So I'll go ahead and needs grading. I'll see this assignment I submitted earlier. I'll go ahead and grade it. And this is what it looks like. Now one thing you might want to do is close down the side there to give yourself a little more room. You'll see the assignment in here. I have the option up here to, of course, zoom in, zoom out. So depending on how small the text is, I have some options there. So one of the other features I have an option for is commenting. So I can download this. I could decide to draw something on there. So if I wanted to draw a smiley face, I could draw a smiley face. If I wanted to highlight something to point something out, I could highlight too. So I could use the highlighter tool to highlight something if that's what I want to do. So you see how I'm highlighting. I can also add in comments. So if I wanted to add in area comments, so if I want to say, ooh, bad graphic, I could add those in. Students could see this. It doesn't mark up their original document. It marks up the document that's displaying on the screen here. So students would be able to see those markups also. and you could add text or cross out things. You do have the ability to see, like if I had a rubric here, I can click on my rubric and click through my points. This is a pretty blank rubric, but same idea. If I wanted to click everything in the rubric, put feedback in here, I could do that also. Very similar, I could show the grading notes. I had that, and this is feedback directly to the students. So it kind of hides that grading notes now and changes that a little bit, and I could override or change the grade if I didn't have it based on the rubric. So you got a couple different options here, some of the different things that are available for you. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you what that brings up. The score. I can have this, and I can go ahead and submit this for a student. So I think it's going to be really handy when grading assignments. I grade lots of projects myself, so I think this will be really handy when I'm starting to grade projects. The other new feature that's pretty big is the Retention Center. The Retention Center is a way for you to visually see some different things about course activities, missed deadline, grades alerts, activity alerts, kind of gives you that red, green, yellow kind of idea. I don't have a lot to show you in this because I don't have a lot of student activity with current student activity because we're in the development space, but I wanted to show you just here's what it really looks like, and I'll show you where it's also available so you can find it. So it really has that ability now for you to look into this. So we'll go ahead and open up our course menu again, and we'll go down to Evaluations, and you'll see now Retention Center. So Retention Center really replaced that early warning system, so you can add in some of those different features from that. But it really made it more visual and updated, so it really gives you a better look of what that looks like. So the Retention Center would be available right here in Evaluations Retention Center. Any questions so far on anything we've covered? Please let us know in the background. Also, I can get back to your questions as we're going through some of these too. So if you have any questions, I can answer them at the end or as we're going through also. I'd like to point out again too, on our blog, we cover a lot of these. We actually have video links to a lot of these too that cover them a little more in depth. So at our blog that's available on our Learning Technology website, we have our BB blog that talks all about Blackboard and things going on in Blackboard. Same type of things talked about here in some videos. They talk about some of the other features that are coming, some of the things that we haven't enhanced, item analysis to look at test statistics. Didn't really go into that. Pattern match, fill in the blanks, some of the different options there. Accessibility has really improved with some of the new features too. And they also have an improved help site for you or students to get help. So those are some of the additions that really won't talk about on the webinar. I want to go into the main core features, but there are some additional features. Just a reminder, if you ever have questions about this, the best way to reach all of us is online help at valenciacollege.edu. We all have access to the account, all the instructional designers, and can check what's going on with that. To stay up to date with things, we do have a Facebook site. So we have a Learning Technology Services Facebook site, we have Twitter, we have a YouTube where we post different videos, and we also have our blogs. So we have our blogs available for you to read. You can get to them through our main website. So go ahead and like our Facebook site. You get some information off of there. We'll provide other things beyond Blackboard, other learning technologies, things that are going on outside, and keep you up to date through that too. So a bunch of different ways. If anyone has any questions, we'll be around for a few more minutes to answer any of your questions. But thanks for coming on for the preview again. And I hope you enjoy all these new features that are added to Blackboard. I think they really enhance the system and adds some new depth and make things a little easier for us all, from the new calendar to the inline grading to the improved discussion boards and easier navigation. Someone had a question about the YouTube tool. Katie, yes, it is only accessible connected to YouTube. That's how they connected it. That's how they built it in. So yes, it's only through YouTube, through this Blackboard tool. There's been some questions on Blackboard and Canvas. We're running a pilot in Canvas right now. These are new features in Blackboard which have been implemented. So right now we're just running that pilot. It's almost over. We're surveying faculty. We're talking to students, faculty about their experience, and then from there decisions will be made, or it might be just in Blackboard. I don't know. At this point, I think people are asking that. So I think you'll hear more upcoming, especially if you're part of your faculty council or see what's going on with them once all the kind of feedback has been drawn in, reports have been given, figuring out what options are different, cost factors, students input, faculty input, all those things are all weighed into kind of looking at it. So really we just wanted to try something. If faculty demanded it, UCF have moved to Canvas also, so those are some things too. If anyone else has any more questions, we'll be on for a little bit, but let me know. About the issue with the chat room, please let us know if you're having that issue, kicking him out. Now, it will kick you out after a certain time if there's no activity. So I know people have used it for the office hours. After a certain time point, it will kick you out with if you don't access. The chat room is very limited too, so it doesn't allow you to do a lot with it. So that's something that maybe even request with Blackboard, some of the other features. They do have some other products that are like GoToMeeting kind of style things that they have available through Blackboard called Collaborate. So that would be more of like this GoToMeeting type of thing, but for your classroom. So they do have different tools like that. Yes, everything will have this new SP11. When we update on that Tuesday right after grades are due, everything will move over to all these new features. So everything will have those. Thanks again, everyone, and I hope you have a great day. Like we said, we're always around for questions. If you have any other questions, you can talk to any of the instructional designers, contact online help, and hopefully check out the blog with some of the new video features. If you're wondering a little more detail on how to do something too, they have some great on-demand videos, really short, 2 to 5 minutes, that explain how to use some of the new tools too. And have a great day, and thanks again for joining us, and spread the word to other faculty that we're doing this. I think this is a great way to kind of preview some upcoming things and see what these new features are all about.